Well, obviously, the 34 years law enforcement experience, both from the criminal investigative side of uh, my training and experience, makes me very qualified. I've attended numerous investigative courses, including a national recognized practical homicide investigation course. I have extensive experience in criminal investigation, as well as death investigations throughout my 34-year career. Uh, a lot of focus has been made throughout this campaign on the investigative side, but I'm truly trying to bring to the attention of the public the necessary administrative side of the requirements for county coroner. Uh, Particularly this being our first elected coroner, establishing the office for the very first time. Uh, you're starting from ground zero, and you're setting up procedures and policies, developing and establishing that budget, and identifying the true necessary operating cost for that office. And I believe it's critically important that we select a qualified candidate such as myself that has the experience of dealing with large budgets, developing and implementing policies and procedures. And I have that experience and background. I've managed budgets in excess of $3 million. I've been responsible for agencies and with multiple employees in excess of 35 employees. When you look at both my investigative experience as well as my administrative and executive level of experience as a whole, no other candidate has that rounded of a background. Obviously, that's always been a challenge of the coroner function here in Kittitas County. But you have to balance that with the decision to uh, incorporate the services of a medical examiner for a forensic autopsy. Uh, Justice by far is the determining factor. You arrive at that decision to contract the services of a medical examiner based upon the totality of uh, the preliminary investigation into that death. I view that as kind of a triangular type approach, particularly in instances where there's a possibility of criminal involvement with law enforcement, as well as members of the prosecuting attorney's office and the coroner's office. Is going to be critically important in those instances that everybody is working cooperatively together, and everybody's on the same page throughout that whole entire investigation to ensure that the actions of one entity doesn't compromise the investigation of the other or the future prosecution of a criminal case. I believe I've got the background and experience and training in those areas. I've worked cooperatively with agency heads, both on the law enforcement as well as the prosecutor's office, throughout my entire career here at in Kittitas County, and have a good working relationship with all those entities. And I feel very comfortable that I can re-enter the legal system here in Kittitas County and continue on with those collaborative partnerships that I've shared throughout my career here. A lot of my discussions with the community as I'm out there meeting with people, a lot of their questions have centered around the necessity or in their mind the necessity for the medical side of things. I've been trying to really emphasize the need to have that investigative experience coupled equally as important the administrative side, and point out to them that regardless of which of the current candidates for coroner is elected, the continuation of the need of contracted services for the medical examiner will not change. None of us candidates are qualified to take the coroner's office to that next level where we would be responsible for the forensic autopsies. We'll still continue utilizing the services of a contracted medical examiner when necessary. It's a very important, critical function that in our county government system that I believe goes unnoticed, unrecognized, because it's always been a function of the prosecutor's office. I think it's something that the community's taken for granted, and people have really not given it a whole lot of thought until this current election. I've been very impressed with the interest that members of the community have expressed in this particular race, and the questions that they've been asking, and at times challenging questions, but I think that's a good thing as they vet through the 6 candidates and making their informed choice. I think that's critically important.